Okay, SciTech. In front of you, you should have a plot diagram that looks like this pyramid, and you should have a copy of the myth Pandora's Box. So today we're going to talk about the components of plot as well as mood. So first, let's talk about the first two components of plot. The first one is the exposition. On your own plot diagram, I want you to draw an arrow just like I have, and I want you to write exposition. The next component of plot, draw that arrow, is the rising action. Right? Rising action. Okay. Now in your notebook, I need you to take these notes. So on the left side, you're going to write exposition, and on the right side, you're going to write the beginning of the story. This is where we learn background information about characters, events, and the setting. Please take a moment to write those notes down. Great. Underneath that, I want you to write these rising action notes. So on the left side of your page, you're going to write rising action. On the right side, you're going to write that this is the series of events that build up, creating tension and suspense. Take a moment to write those notes. Now, I want you to close your notebook. I want you to put your plot diagram to the side. And I want you to focus on your copy of Pandora's Box. Now, put your pen on the first word of Pandora's Box. It says in. I need you to read along with me. In ancient Greece, there were two brothers named Epimetheus and Prometheus. They upset the gods and annoyed the most powerful of all gods, Zeus in particular. This was not the first time humans had upset Zeus, and once before as punishment, he had taken from humans the ability to make fire. This meant that they could no longer cook for their meat and could not keep themselves warm. However, Prometheus was clever, and he knew that on the Isle of Lemnos lived Hephaestus, the blacksmith. He had a fire burning to keep his forge hot. Prometheus traveled to Lemnos and stole fire from the blacksmith. Zeus was furious and decided that humans had to be punished once and for all for their lack of respect. Zeus came up with a very cunning plan to punish the two brothers. With the help of Hephaestus, he created a woman from clay. The goddess Athena then breathed life into the clay. Aphrodite made her very beautiful, and Hermes taught her how to be both charming and deceitful. Please circle the word deceitful. Zeus called her Pandora and sent her as a gift to Epimetheus. Now, I want you to put your pens down. I want you to focus on your computer screen. In the first two paragraphs, we're going to be introduced to the main characters. We're being introduced to the setting, as well as the conflict. We also got background information on the characters and the conflict. So this means that the first two paragraphs must be the exposition. We're told about Zeus, Pandora, Prometheus, and Epimetheus. We also learn about the setting and why Zeus is angry at humans. Okay, good job. Now what I want you to do, pick your pens up again. I want you to put your pen on the first word of the third paragraph. It says his. And I want you to read along with me. His brother Prometheus had warned him not to accept any gifts from the gods, but Epimetheus was completely charmed by the woman and thought Pandora was so beautiful that she could never cause any harm. So he agreed to marry her. Zeus, pleased that his trap was working, gave Pandora a wedding gift of a beautiful box. There was one very, very important condition, however, that she must never open the box. Pandora was very curious about the contents of the box, but she had promised that she would never open it. All she could think about was, what could be in the box? She could not understand why someone would send her a box if she could not see what was in it. It seemed to make no sense at all to her, and she could think of nothing else but of opening the box and unlocking its secrets. This was just what Zeus had planned. Finally, Pandora could stand it no longer. When she knew Epimetheus was out of sight, she crept up to the box, took the huge key off the high shelf, fitted it carefully into the lock, and turned it. But at the last moment, she felt a pang of guilt. Imagined how angry her husband would be, and quickly locked the box again without opening the lid, and put the key back where she had found it. 3 more times she did this until at last she knew she had to look inside or she would go completely mad. So in these 2 paragraphs, the tension is building and the suspense is being built up. So these 2 paragraphs must be part of the rising action. Zeus sets his trap in motion by giving Pandora the box. The tension builds as Pandora struggles to not open the box. Really great job. Now we're going to talk about mood. So, mood of a story is how a story makes the reader feel. And you can locate clues to the mood of the story by looking at the author's word choice. I want you to open up your Cornell notes, and I want you to take this note. On the left side, I want you to write mood. On the right side, I want you to write down how the story makes the reader feel. Look at the author's word choice in order to determine mood. Okay, close up your notebooks. Now, in front of you, I have a section from Pandora's box. Notice that I have some words highlighted in red. I highlighted furious, punished, punish, and deceitful. So, I know that the author chose these words to try to make me feel a certain emotion. So what emotion am I feeling from reading these words? Well, furious shows me that Zeus is extremely angry at humans. Punish and punished shows me that Zeus is going to do something to hurt humanity. And deceitful, deceit means lie, shows me that Zeus sends a liar to harm humanity. So if I put all this together, these words make me feel like the characters are in danger from Zeus. He's threatening humans with punishment. Therefore, the mood of this story is threatening.